everyone. Welcome to the garden. Thank you all so very much for being here today. Behind me, I have the sweet potatoes. They are growing so very nicely. I want to show you exactly how they're doing. I'm going to get you a close up. We planted these out at the end of March and they are doing fantastic. Let me show you up close. Okay, so this is how they are looking. Look at how much growth these potatoes have put on. They're absolutely looking beautiful. They may have gotten a little bit water because we've had so much rain here lately. So we had a pause in the rain. But besides that, they are growing up the trellis nicely. We added a trellis to this one over here. But look how much growth they're on. They're needing to be fertilized, but they are doing absolutely beautiful. And what I wanted to do was take a chance and look in here to see if anything is poking through the soil yet, just because I want to know. I don't think there is, but that's okay. But they are absolutely doing beautiful. So I wanted to make sure I showed you that. Like I said, we planted these out at the end of March. And at first they weren't doing anything. I'll put a picture on the screen and I'll show you what they look like when we first planted them out. But other than that, since when the weather turned warm, they took off. So you can see all the growth that the potatoes have put on. So we are soon getting ready to fertilize with some 0-10-10. That is your NPK, that's the phosphorus and potassium. The 0 is the nitrogen, and the 10-10, that is your phosphorus and potassium. So we want a lot of phosphorus and potassium for our root vegetables so that they can form really good roots under the ground, form really nice potatoes. And if you want to look at our video from last year's harvest of sweet potatoes, go ahead and check that out. I will link that at the end of this video so that you can be able to see what a tremendous harvest and what a beautiful harvest that we had. We are very grateful. But now let's go ahead and move on. As you know, I'm losing daylight. I know it's kind of dark over here. I'm losing daylight, so I'm trying to get things done out here. But next I need to show you how I'm going to take care of some cantaloupes. So let's get over to that area. So before I get to the cantaloupes, I had an area I need to stop at first. I have this eggplant. Look how much this eggplant has grown since I planted it a couple weeks ago. It has grown absolutely beautiful, but we had a storm come in yesterday and we didn't realize it was going to be that bad. And so it really blew. And at the beginning, I said I was going to tie this up, but I didn't. So I am going to do that now. I just have some string here and I'm going to kind of tie this up to that stake that I have there, that stick. Let me just put this over here. All right, so now I'm just going to tie this up to the main stalk here. And this basil as well has grown so much. I'm so happy about it. All right. I'm just going to get this close so I can tie it up. I'm not going to do it too tight because I want to have the plant still be able to move a little bit. But it's actually putting on a flower. Let me show you. All right, so right here, it's got its first flower. Do I have you in the frame? All right, so here we go. All right, so here is its first flower. It's put on there. So I'm looking forward to more flowers forming there. I also have another one forming on the other plant that's in the garden bed next to us, but that is doing beautiful. But look at all this basil. Like, wow. It's absolutely doing beautiful. I have to harvest all of this. And this is the white scallop squash. So that's doing beautiful as well. So now let's get over to the cantaloupe because I have to do some things over there as well to try to help support it. And so I'm going to show you how I'm going to support it. All right, so I've got these beautiful cantaloupes that have formed here. Look at these things here. They have formed so beautiful. absolutely beautiful. I'm so sorry if it's a little bit dark that you guys can't see, but these things have actually formed so nicely. Look at that there. And I have another one. Well, actually, I can show you from right here because I'll be going around there. But there's another one in that protective bag there, and I'm using that as a hang up as well. Oh, look at this leaf here that I need to actually take off of there. But I'm going to be supporting these things with, they're actually hammocks. Look how beautiful that sky is. That is so beautiful. I had to stop and let you see at the view I have for just a few minutes. That is so pretty. Okay, so what I have here, they're called fruit hammocks. I will put this in the description, but you actually put your fruit and hang it in this portion here, and then you hang it up with this area here. You use this S hook, and you can just hang it up just like this on these. I'm going to use it to hang it on the trellis. If I cannot support it very well, if it hangs too low, I am actually going to possibly try to do it and hang it like this instead, where it's positioned like this. So let me get started on getting this first one done. I'm going to be working on this one here. You can see how low it's hanging, and it's actually crimping off where it's coming from the stem. So I need to get that worked up there so it is not hanging so low and crimping off, because I needed to still get nutrition and water to that area so that this will grow bigger, because just in a couple of days this has drooped down lower. So I'm going to try to take this, and this is just a pantyhose that I use. Actually, let me put it behind it. These are just pantyhose that I use to hold it up. So I'm going to get it in here. Okay. So that's where I'm going to do that. And then right now, I'm good with just doing it like that. So I'm going to attach it like this. I don't think y'all can see. I'm going to attach it like this from the handle right there, and then I'm just going to hang it up here on this one. So I have got it to where it is actually more secure. In actual crimp, it is not crimped there anymore. This is the area here where it was crimped from the stem right there, and it was actually instead of being straight up, it was actually completely bent over. So I've actually got that vine, that stem right there, going completely straight up now, so that this can get its full nutrition and water. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these. This is the next one I'm going to work on right here. That's the next one I'm going to work on. And so I will let you see how everything looks, because like I said, I'm losing daylight and I want to try to get this done. I have a possible one that is growing here. Here's one. That one might have been pollinated. Look, oh, look at that's a surprise. Look at that right there. There goes one that's been pollinated. Another one. So let me look over here. These are the watermelons. They are doing fantastic. They are doing absolutely fantastic. But this is another cantaloupe. Now these are the honey gold. No, I'm not honey gold. I put them both together. Honey rock. And the other ones, they are hearts of gold. They have a little bit more deeper green color. But that's one there. Let me see if I can step in between. And then this is another one that's growing here. Try to put it up on the mulch so it won't be right on the soil. But that's another one there. And I just saw some right here. I don't know if this one is has gotten pollinated, but when I was looking over, here goes one. Let me see if I see another one. I thought that, okay, here it is. Yep. There's one there that's gotten pollinated, hopefully. So they're coming along, definitely. This bucket was planted before the other ones that I just hammocked. So these are growing a little bit, excuse me, these are growing a little bit smaller over here, but they're still doing very, very well. See a lot of flowers on there, and the bees have been over here. They have been over here every single morning. So they are doing their job. The watermelon, they are starting to put on their, oh, wait a minute. That is, look, I got a little watermelon forming. Maybe. Hopefully it got pollinated. So we'll see about that. But hopefully I've got a lot of flowers out here. So hopefully they'll be putting on some more watermelon, or the first watermelon, and some more cantaloupe. This is what is this? This is a red cayenne pepper here, growing slowly, but it's growing. I put in here the other day. This is bush steak tomato. It's a determinate tomato, struggling a little bit, but I'm gonna see if it makes it. This is the other eggplant, doing marvelous. You can see a flower bud coming on there. And so I was in here, doing my thing. Hello. Making sure it tries to get pollinated, because these will pollinate. They don't need bees or male flowers to pollinate. This is some more flowers coming on here. So hopefully all of these work. Got some marigolds here. I need to deadhead these. I'm gonna get my scissors and do that with these flowers here. And then this is another bush steak. I tried to make some room around here so it can breathe a little bit. But this is another bush steak tomato. Again, it's struggling a little bit. It's been so hot, but we'll see how it does. These here, I need to get one of these taken out of here, and I'm going to go put it over in the other crop cage. So I'll be doing that. While I have my scissors right here, I'm going to deadhead some of these, and I'm just going to deadhead them right above where there's some more flower. Oh, I'm just going to put it there from the right above where you have some more leaves coming out. So that's where I normally do it there. And I'm going to do some more here. Hopefully I don't cut the other one. There we go. Okay. And then I have another one here. And this is what I wanted to do when I came out here this evening, to try to get some of these things done, and at the same time show you how the garden has been doing. My garden was started late this year. So a lot of things that people have been harvesting and growing, I have yet to start growing them yet, or harvesting them yet. So, but things are doing beautifully. Things are absolutely doing beautifully. And so I'm going to show you some of the beans that are growing here. These are pinto beans. So they're doing really nicely here. We got some more here. So they're coming on really nice. We've got some more here. I've got some disease going on with these plants, so I did spray them with some neem oil, but then it rained later on that afternoon, so I'll be spraying them again. I haven't had that problem before with my bean plants, but I think it was because all the rain that we had. Here's some more beans here. This is some more pinto beans as well. So they're really, really coming on nicely. I'm very, very happy about that. Let me come around this way so you can see. This is some more flower buds there for that cantaloupe, but that's some more beans there. And then here I have, and I know I'm showing you through the net, but that way I don't have to take the, the cover off and do all that. But so I hope you can stand it through here, through the crop cage. But here's some more flowers. This is the volunteer tomato plant. I planted a basil in there with it. So, but it's actually absolutely doing good. I think this is a cherry tomato, a black cherry tomato. That's what I think it is. I was hoping it was a Paul Robeson, but it does not look that way. These are some tomatoes that are growing on it here. So, and it looks like cherry tomatoes, black cherry tomatoes. So if that's what it is, that's fine. I will deal with it. It's fine. I like black cherry tomatoes. But I did want a Paul Robeson because that was where I had it planted, I think, last season. This is another tomato plant here. Really, really tall, indeterminate variety. And it has a lot of flowers on up there. And it also has some of its first tomatoes. Let's see if I can get you in there so you could see. But you can see its first tomatoes coming on here. Really, really proud about that. See one on that side. So they're coming along. Got a lot of more flower buds that are coming on there. So it's really, really looking nice. Here we have our little bug here that wants to, hello, how are you doing? But here we have a beautiful sunflower. How beautiful is that? All right, here, I need to do a little bit of work on this. So let me get my scissors here. I'm going to deadhead a lot of these flowers here because it has gotten so hot and the plant is suffering. So I'm just going to deadhead a lot of these to try to help it. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these are just struggling. I know it. And I kind of just drop them back in there. There we go. So we're supposed to be getting rain in the next couple of days. So hopefully that'll help these plants out. They get watered every morning because it has been so hot. And I hope these come back out nicely. I have something that I'm going to show you that I'm not happy about at all. I am actually a little devastated. I am. I'm a little devastated, but I know that things happen in the garden and you just have to accept it and move on. But I am a little upset about it because this was one of my favorite plants and it is no longer here. But these celosia, let me get back to my point for the plant I'm on right now. These celosia plants, you can see right here, you can see those black, that is actually the seeds coming out of the plant. You can see them right there. So that's the celosia seeds coming out of there, and I just dropped them back down in there so they will come back. So this is the little devastating pot that I'm talking about. I had snapdragons in here. I'll put a beautiful picture on the screen, but I had snapdragons growing here. They are no longer with us. It got a disease and I tried to take care of it and it did not make it. So I had to pull the plant. am absolutely devastated because it was one of my favorite plants in this whole yard. But I'm going to plant some more, hopefully when the weather cools down a little bit more, maybe hopefully in another month. I'm going to see if I can find another snapdragon plant now that's already established. A seedling, hopefully, maybe. But I'm going to see if I can find either some seeds or hopefully a seedling so that I can put it in this pot here because I love snapdragons. I've had this plant for a while now, and it just after we had all that rain, it got a disease, and I just couldn't nurse it back to health. So you did it. You had a good ride. Thank you so much for your time. Here is that new plant that I planted out. You can see that in the last video. That's a gazania. It doesn't have any blooms on it right now, but I'm just letting it chill out. It's been so hot, so I'm letting this do its thing, and hopefully it will start blooming soon. Over here is the petunias. Petunia ain't looking so well, but I might be taking this plant out and planting something else because I really don't need two petunias. I really don't, but for right now it's all right, and I'm going to be changing this pot out when I'm able because I'm just not able to lift right now. So I'm just going to have to wait on that. But look at all the beautiful flowers. So, so very pretty. So very pretty. It's got pink and white. They are so pretty. Here is another problem. This is a blueberry plant. I don't know what happened to this blueberry plant. I don't. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. I watered it, but we went on vacation, and when I came back, I noticed that it was not doing so well. So it has not produced but a few blueberries. You can see the discoloring on it. I don't know what has happened. This is the leaves, how they look now. We have the lighter colored leaves. I tried to fertilize it, and I know blueberries don't want a whole lot of fertilizer. So I got a new pH meter to measure the pH meter in these blueberries, and it said it was about a 6.1. So what I'm going to be doing is adding some soil acidifier, and hopefully this will take care of this problem. Like I said, this is not a problem that I've ever experienced in my previous years of growing blueberries. I've always been able to grow beautiful blueberries and come out with very nice harvests. So I'm going to be trying this the next couple of weeks, trying to add some more soil acidifier, and we are going to see how this works out and hope for a better harvest and better year next year. And as you can see here, this is just the other blueberry plant. Nothing to really talk about here. The same thing is going on, just a little bit less. Right here is our trumpet plant. You can see the leaves are pretty yellow on this. Like I said, we have had a lot of rain in the previous days and probably the past week before this video was recorded. So the leaves, I just think it's a lot, too much rain. The garden, as you saw, it was going through some, having some disease set in. So this is what this trumpet plant is experiencing as well. And so I'm going to be dealing with this and spraying the leaves as well. So here is where I really realized that this plant was suffering this disease. I believe it's leaf spot. So I stopped throwing the leaves down into the pot, and I'll also clean those out later to make sure that we don't get any disease that settles into the soil as well. Over here is the wild wild blackberry. So again, this plant is growing and growing and growing. I'm having to wrap it around so that it will not root itself in the ground. It got down to the rocks again, so I had to wrap it around and hold it up here on the clips. But again, it only showed us a few, maybe one blackberry. That was it. So I'm learning more and more as the years and months go by, or the months and years go by, more and more about the plants, and so that I can get a whole lot better. This is how this is looking here. I have got it to where it's tied like that. for that one there. And then this one here, I rigged up something different because it's not hanging down as much. It's on the actually outside of the trellis. So I just kind of had to tie it up a little bit like that right here. And so as it grows more, it'll help it there. But here's another little baby growing. Hopefully it'll get pollinated, or maybe it did get pollinated. I think it did. Hopefully, because the tip looks brown. So hopefully that one got pollinated as well. All right, so I appreciate you all being with me today here in the garden. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, share it out. Comment, tell me what good things you have going on in your gardens. I wish you all so much success in your gardens and in life, and I look forward to seeing you next time. You guys take care. Bye.